Good morning, this is Ferina Support, and today we will be knowing about our core modules in a nutshell. So before going into the deep into the introduction of Fedina, I would be telling you about the four kinds of user that are possible in Fedina. So normally the four kinds of user are the admin user, the student user, the parent user, and the employee user. The student user and the parent user have a limited set of privileges, but when it comes to the employee user, the employee has a wide variety of privileges, which depends upon the set of privileges that are given to him by the admin. Admin being the sole head of the administration of the institution, he will be able to have the sole privileges of everything that is to be done. So for a general scenario, we have the credentials of admin as admin and admin 123. For the employee, it is the employee number and the employee number 123. And again, when it comes to the student, it's the student number and student number 123. And when it comes to the parent, it's like the parent number and the parent number 123. The parent number should be the parent number is the student number, which should be started up with the P. So let us say that if a student's admission number is 123, then his parents admission and his parents credentials would be P123. So that's how the users can log into Fedina using this default credentials. Once they have logged into it, they can change the whole thing. So now I would be starting up to see the how the things look like from the admin credentials itself. So whenever we log into our URL, in my case it's deploy.fedina.org, and we would be able to see this screen. This screen is a login screen, and we need to start up by putting the credentials first of all here. So I'm putting my credentials as admin 123, and once I have put the credentials, I would be redirected to something which is called the dashboard. The dashboard would look something like this. So before starting to use Fedina, you need to go upon with the settings of all, as it happens in a general case. So we need to make some kind of settings before using any application. So similarly in Fedina also, we would be using the settings first of all to go deeper into the application itself. So the first preference to start up with would be the general settings itself. On clicking into general settings, you will see the page of general settings itself. So general settings is the place where you tell Fedina what all the institutions have been following up and what all things has been used up in your application. So this would help the application know more about your institution, or the basic introduction can also be known from here itself. So starting up with, we would be putting up the school or college name and the school of college address, the phone number, and the attendance type. Your attendance type can be daily or it can be subject wise. If it's daily, then you can use the daily, and if it's subject wise, you can use the subject wise link from here. Then comes the finance year start date and finance year end date, which means that the fiscal years started and end date are to be entered. Then comes the starting receipt number. Before using any kind of transactions in Fedina, you need to have the starting receipt number filled up anyhow. Yeah, I mean, we would be dealing up with the queries once all of this thing has been finished up. Once the webinar has been finished up, we will be dealing with all the queries. So the starting receipt number would be the number or the auto incremented value of the one that we will be putting up here. So let us say that you put your starting receipt number will be Q123. Then the first receipt which would be generated would have this receipt number as Q123, and the second one would be having Q124, and so on. So this starting receipt number plays a major role in all the finance transactions that you will be doing up. Then comes the language. The language that you want Fedina to be in has to be entered. the time zone, the preferred time zone that your college is in or your school is in is to be entered. Then comes the currency tab. The currency tab that you use here would be used in all other financial transactions that would be coming up. Then comes the upload logo part. In upload logo part, the institution's logo can be uploaded. So what all logo that you would be putting up here would be shown up in the login page, in the logout page, and in all the PDFs that would be generated from the application itself. Then comes the network state. The network state can be online or offline. You can use your you can use it to be as online if you have some other kinds of like as SMTP settings, and then you do not have it hosted in a server, you are using it locally, then you can use it as offline. For other cases, you can use the network state as online itself. Next comes the grading systems. The normal grading systems are always available in Fedina, like the marks and the percentage. But apart from the regular one, if you have a couple of more grading systems like CC, CW, and GPA, you can check this list to have this included in your system. Then comes the Moodle URL. Supposedly, if you want to integrate your Moodle URL with Fedina, then you can always do so by clicking upon this text box, tapping a Moodle URL, and your Moodle will be integrated with this version of Fedina. Then comes the theme. So you can always select Fedina from a variety of themes that comes up. Fedina comes in very attractive colors like orange, black, green, yellow, blue, and gray. Then comes the main options of the last options of checking the available things that are available in this page. Enable auto increment student admission number is the thing. When you check this part, your student admission number would be auto incremented value of the one that you have entered for the previous one. Let us say that for the first time when you are using the admission number as K1, then the next student would be having the admission number of K2, K3, and so on. The same goes for the employee number also. Then comes the news comment moderation. Whenever you have checked this option, every time a comment any student or any teacher has put up has to pass through you, and only after you have admitted doing that, you will be putting admitted doing that you that or approved that comment, then only that comment would be pushed up on the as a part below the news. Then comes the enable sibling. So this helps you to keep a track record of all the siblings that you have in your institution. Then comes the enable first time login change password. So whenever enable first time login change password has been ticked in, every user who's logged in for the first time using the default credentials will be asked to change the password. So we always recommend you to have this part ticked up on, as the default credentials are always known and can be guessed up by some other unauthenticated persons. Then comes the enable OAuth, which helps you to have a single sign-on on all the Google accounts that you have. So using this part, you can sign in with Fedina using your Google account itself. So on having this settings updated, now you can move up to the rest of the things. The next part that you would like to do is have manage student category. So whenever you want to manage student category, you need to go to the settings part and click upon the category. So this is very handy in cases where you have different categories under your student for your students. Let us say you have local, non-local, staff students, physically handicapped and all. So you can always add a category. To add a category, you need to click upon here, tap the category name and hit the save button. So this is how you can add categories into this. Then comes the add admission detail. In add admission detail, you can use any kind of additional settings that you have in your Fedina. Supposingly you have some of the fields which would be of great use to you but are not available in Fedina, then you can create your additional details this way. Let us say that you have some kind of admission agent kind of thing, and every student who comes out has to pass through an admission agent. Then you can create an admission agent and Then you can create an admission agent field here and make a list of all the options available here, available agents, and update this part. So whenever the student would be admitted, there would be an option asking the user to enter the agent through which the student has passed up. So this is how the additional details can be handy. The next comes the part of manage course or batch. Whenever you want to manage the student, let us say that in manage courses and manage batches, you want to make course here. So in a normal scenario, as we can say that we have courses and then we have batches into these courses. So we would be creating some courses here, and again we need to stuff some batches into these courses. To start up the whole procedure, you need to click upon manage course, type on new, and create course name. Let us say that I am creating a course name with the thing course 1. I'm putting it as 11. Okay, and then the grading system is normal, and my batch would always be 2013. So this is how you can create your courses. So again, course 11, if you want to create some more batches along with the one that you have created right now, then you can go to new and create a couple of more batches like this. Now you can see there here two options of import previous batch subjects, import previous batch master fees. This means that all of the previous batches subjects will be imported here to this particular batch, and all the master fees that are set for the previous batches would be imported to this particular batch. So having created all the courses, now it's time to create some batches in some subjects into each of these batches. So I would be going up onto the settings part, then clicking upon manage subject, and selecting a batch. I would be going to the particular batch and adding subjects into it. So to add subjects, as in this particular batch we have some more subjects with it, so we would be able to see some subjects here. Then if you want to add some subject, so you can do so by clicking upon this here, add normal subject. And in cases you have an elective group, and in set of elective groups you have something called MIL or extracurricular activities, and it depends upon the student who are to be assigned and all. So you can create a new elective group for all those subjects here, and on creating an elective group you need to make some subjects into this. As you can see that in my elective group I have maths, English, general knowledge, and in my normal subjects I have maths, English, general knowledge, and science. And again in MIL I have ODI, Hindi, and in extracurricular activities I have crafts and music. So it depends upon us that how we assign the students and all. So this was all about the subjects part. Now we will be moving up to the most interesting part called the SMS module. In SMS module, whenever you will be logging into the whenever you will be clicking upon the SMS module, your application would look something like this. Your first look of the SMS homepage would be something like this. So all you need to do is just go upon SMS settings here and click upon application and update. Please please do note that all of the other settings like the accounts has to be done by a third-party vendor, and that third-party vendor would be giving you the account settings of the account settings through which this SMS is to be sent to. Then is the student admission, the exam schedule, and attendance. As the name suggests, whenever you click upon these things, whenever there is a student admission, a SMS will be flying up, and again exam result and on exam publishing, exam result schedule publishing, exam result publishing, and the exam schedule publishing. You will be getting an SMS to all the students who have their SMS part ticked up. Then the events and the attendance. So this the SMS part deals up with who all who in on and in what settings these SMS has to be applied up. So this was all about the SMS settings part. Now when you come back to the SMS home page, your SMS home page would look something like this, and whenever you want to send an SMS to a particular student, you need to click upon this, select the batch in which you know student is, and let us say that in this particular scenario I am sending the students. Okay, you need to select the name of the student here, and on selecting the name of the student you can send an SMS to the particular person. So, and on sending SMS and on clicking sending SMS, that particular student will be getting an SMS to the number that is present in our profile. So this is how the SMS part is to be maintained. Then comes the student admission. In student admission, you need to start up with clicking upon the admission here. On clicking admission, you would come to know about a page where you can admit your students. So we have different kind of steps here. So in the step 1 of student details, you would be asked to type the first name, which is always a mandatory thing. And the rest of the things are to be entered. So you can see the rest of the things like the date of birth and the first name and the admission number, along with the admission date is the mandatory things. The rest of the things are not mandatory and are so not marked with an asterisk. So you can plan to skip the thing. If you want to skip it, you can click upon the save and proceed. Now comes the sibling part. Supposedly the student that we have entered has a sibling with him, so and he has already been in the institution. Then what you can do is you can just click upon this particular select box and type the name of the sibling, like Sumit, and on clicking upon to this, your sibling, this particular student sibling has been created. Moreover, if you do not have any kind of sibling settings, then if you don't want to have the settings up on, or this particular person doesn't have a sibling, you can just skip this whole part. Then comes the parent details. So on skipping up the parent details, you can skipping up the sibling details, you are redirected to a page where you would be asked to enter the details of the student's parent. You can finish this thing by typing the whole data that is required, or you can plan to skip the same. So again, in institution name, course, total mark are to be entered of the previous education details, or here, and you can even add the subjects here and the corresponding marks in each of the subjects. Then comes the master fees. All the master fees that you have created here are to be will be coming up here for a particular batch. So You can assign the student these master fees, or you can even plan to skip it. Then comes the additional settings part, where as we have already mentioned that the additional details are the one that are not present in Fedina but are useful for your institution. So there we have shown you an example where the admission agent has been edited as Suresh, Ram, Mac and Sam. So if you have such kind of settings, then all you need to do is just create an admission detail with the right kind of input method, and enter the details when it comes to the admission page. So on clicking upon Suresh, you need to click upon Suresh and save and proceed. Some of the mandate details are to be entered anyhow. If these mandate details are not entered, you can just go upon this part, and on clicking upon save and proceed, the student profile has been created. The student profile has to be created this way, and if you want to add a new admission, then you can also do so by using the click here button. So this was all about the creating up of the student profile. Now we would moving up for the creation of the timetable. In the timetable part, whenever you click upon timetable, you have a couple of things here called the create weekdays, set class timings and work allotment. We would be going upon detail in each of the things up here. So in create weekdays, you can decide the weekdays that are available for a particular batch. So this creation of weekdays can be made specific to a batch or can be made generic for the whole institution. If you want the weekdays to be generic for the whole institution, then all you need to do is just click upon the common part here and save the setting that you have made. But if you want to create a different set of weekdays for a particular batch, then you can just type it and save it. This is how you can create weekdays. Then comes the set class timings. Set class timings has been gone through a bit of reformation in the recent version of Fedina. So to deal with what all you need to do is just we have made the class timing as different kind of sets. So if you have some class timing sets, you need to click upon class timing sets here, and you would always find the default class timing set here, and the rest of the default class timing sets. Like if you want to create some more class timing set, then you can just go upon, type the new link, and so I've created a class timing set here, and clicking upon submit, I have come across this table where I can see what all the class timing sets are there. So once this class timing set has been done, the next job is to create class timings or add classes to this particular set. So to add classes, you need to click upon add here, type the name like period 1, period 2 and period second, third period, fourth period, fifth period, like that, and you can start up with the rest of the things like prayer and other things. So I would be showing you a sample class timings here. So as you can see, I have created a class timing set as first half and second half. So whenever there is such a kind of criteria, all you need to do is just click upon first half and second half and manage the class timings. So of having done all these settings, you are done with the class timing set. Now you need to assign this class timing set to the available batches that are there. Let us say that I want to assign a class timing set 1 to any of the available batches here. So all I need to do is just click upon that particular batch here and move it to the column of assigned batches. So whenever there is a timetable creation with class 5Z 2013, I would be getting the default class timing of that one, or the one that we have created just now. So this is how the class timing set is to be dealt up with. Now we would be creating a timetable to show how the whole things works out. Again, when you will be creating a timetable, you will be getting a notification saying that start time and end time cannot be the range of another timetable. So you can view the list of all the timetables here. So this would be the view that you would be seeing up here. So having done to create a timetable, you need to just click upon that particular date. But please remember that these timetables can never be overlapped upon each other. So we need to have a separate timetable for each of these. So now this would be completing the creation of timetable here. So again, whenever you will be seeing the timetable of the particular batch, you will be getting the structure as per the class timing set that you have created. Further, before making this this timetable, you need to make the employee subject association. So to make employee subject association, you need to click upon this part here, and on clicking select a batch, you will be asked to enter the batch here, and then the subject for which the teacher is to be associated with. So you need to just select upon the department and assign this thing to a particular employee. So after having done this would mean that for the batch UKG B 2013 and the subject English, the assigned teachers are Stella and Tilutama. So whenever you will be clicking upon maths, you will be seeing the teachers of that particular subject. So for English the subject and the batch UKG 2013, these two teachers are available. This is how you need to go upon with the creation of timetable and all. Now we would be moving up to the examination module. To go with the examination module, you need to go take the more menu, and from more menu you have to go upon settings, examination, and then settings. So again, like any other application, any other module, you need to start off with the settings part here. So in examination settings, we have the grading level setup. So in these grading levels, you can add the different kinds of grades for the students. So the grading levels that you will be creating up has to be fixed for a batch. Now in this particular scenario, we have all this kind of grading levels as common. So on selecting common, I would be getting these grading levels. So the whole institution would be following these grading levels that you are seeing right up on the screen. Then comes the ranking levels. To click upon the ranking levels, you can just click upon the course here and add a particular ranking level. So in ranking level, we mean that you need to create different kinds of ranks to list of the students who have scored some numbers as per the marks that they have scored. So let us say that if you want to have three ranking levels like passed, failed, and detained, you can just go upon, type the name of the ranking level here and type marks 40 and the limit type lower, subjects 4 and subject limit type lower. This would mean that all the students who have scored at least 40% in at least 4 subjects will be classified under passed. Similarly, when it comes to the failed, you will be getting this, like all the students who have scored at max 40% in at least 2 subjects would be marked as failed. So this is how the passed and failed are to be entered for this particular batch, for this particular course. So if you have a set different ranking levels, then you can always do so. This is how the ranking levels are done. Then come the class designations. So again, in class designations, you can create different classes here, different class designations here. Let us say that you enter the name of a class designation and the marks. So students who have scored marks above that would be classified under that class designation. This is how the ranking levels and the other kinds of settings are done for the examination module. Now we would be creating a sample examination to see how the whole thing is done. So to start off with, we would be creating a particular course and then a particular batch, and then the new button. So on clicking upon new button, you would be getting up a name of the examination has to be created. Let's say that I am creating an examination with the name of examination 0001. So here you get a page to enter all the marks of the examination. Then the maximum mark and the minimum mark are to be entered. Then comes the entering of the start time and the end time. So the start time of the examination has to be entered along with the end time. So moreover, if you do not want to create examination for a particular subject for the time being, you can click upon their checkboxes for the corresponding checkboxes and proceed up with the entering up of the start time and end time. So having created this, your examination group has been created. So whenever there's an examination group created, we need to publish the exam. So to publish the exam, you need to click upon publish exam schedule. This would mean that the exam schedule has been published. So further, whenever there is an exam schedule published, you would be able to see the same in the calendar itself. So we can see how the calendar would look like. So now people would be seeing the blue number as examination. So the name of the examination would be examination 001, examination 001 for UKG B 2013 maths, whose start time and end time would be this much. So this is how your settings are to be done. Then once the exam schedule has been published, you can enter the marks. So the marks has to be conducted, so the examinations has to be conducted, and after the conduction of examinations, you can enter the marks of the particular subject. So you need to click upon this particular subject here, then enter the marks for each of the students and hit the save button. This is how an examination has to be created and all. So once the examination has been created, you can publish the exam result. To publish an exam result, you need to click upon this particular link. This is how the examination has to be created again and again. The marks can be entered and the result can be published. Supposingly in your examination you want to connect the examinations so that this would be reflected in the student admission number. So all you need to do is assign some weightages to each of the examination groups that you have created. So supposedly the monthly test 1, monthly test 2 would be having a lower weightage, and the half yearly and the annual examinations having a higher weightage. Then those numbers are to be entered here to click up to see the complete report of each of the students present in a particular batch. This is how the exams can be grouped up. Now it's time to see how the results can be seen from for each of the students. So to see the results, you need to first of all click upon generate reports. So using this, you can generate the reports of this particular student of the whole batch, or a student of the whole batch, and this link would generate the reports of the students of a particular batch. So the next task would be to see the reports from the report center. Here we have wide variety of reports. So where we have exam wise report, subject wise report, grouped exam reports, archive student report, and many more. So to see exam wise reports, you need to click upon this particular batch here, type the name of the batch, type the name of the group, and click view. So on seeing the thing, you will be able to know the marks scored by each of the students in this particular examination. The same goes for the subject wise report also. So whenever there is a subject wise report, you need to click upon this particular batch, and then the subject for the particular batch. In the batch that I have chosen doesn't have any subject, so I will be clicking a batch UKGB 2013, and here click general knowledge and click view. So now I will be getting a list of all the examinations that have been conducted and the respective marks. Furthermore, if you want a PDF report of this, you can always get it by using this PDF report link. This is how the examination thing is to be carried out. The next thing would be to explore the finance module in detail. So in finance module, whenever you will be seeing clicking upon the finance on the more section, this would be the home page that you will be getting up. Let us say you want to click upon the finance and you want to explore how the fees thing works up. So you need to click upon fees from the finance, and then the page that would come against you is this. So you need to create fees. Again, in create fees, you have to create different master categories for the same. To create a master category, you need to type the name of the category here, type a description, and select the batch for which all the master category has to be affected. Having created the master category, you have to start making some particulars for this particular category. So you need to start up with making some particulars like sports fees and educational fees and all. So here you can create using the admission number or the student category or for everyone. So, and by putting the amount, those particulars would be added up for the particular master fees. For a later period of time, if you want to see what all particulars are there for a particular batch, then you can just click select upon the batch here from the fees page and click upon the master category you have created. So this would give you the list of all the particulars that are there as per a particular master category. Further, at a later period of time, if you want to make some special discounts for some students, then you can go up here, create discount link, and select the discount type opted. We have batch, student category, and student type of discount. So whenever you are giving as the name suggests, whenever you are giving discount for a batch, the whole batch would be having the discount. And again for the student category, so the student category you have created would be having the discount here. Then comes the student. So whenever you want to click the name of student, you have to type the name of the discount that is against that are available for him, and the admission number. So this is how the discounts can be seen. So having created the fees, you can schedule the different fee collections up here. To schedule fee collections, you need to click upon schedule fee collection there, and you need to create different fee collection dates for the same, for the finance collection date. So on clicking create fee collection, you need to select a particular category here and then a collection name and create. So this is how you can create different fee collection dates here. Moreover, at a later period of time, if you want to view all the collection dates, you can click upon view and type the name of the batch here. Now this will be the list of all the fee collection dates that are available for that particular batch. Having created the fee collection, now it's time to collect the fees of the student. So to collect the fees, now you can use the fee submission by course here. So if you want to submit the fees of the student by course wise, you can go to this particular link here and type the name of the batch and enter the name of the batch. So now you can pay the fees by clicking upon this pay fees link. Moreover, if you want, you can also have a partial fee payment for the student, and whenever the whole fees has not been paid, you will be seeing an amount to pay. Finally, when you are able to pay, when you pay the whole amount, you will be asked to you will be getting a notification saying fees paid and print receipt with the option, which would have the details of all the money that has been paid from the start date till the end date. Again, fee collections, in fee structure, you can see the different fee structure of the students. The fee defaulters would let you know the defaulters list of a particular batch against a particular fee collection date. So again, if you want to pay the fees from here, you can click upon pay fees, and you can create different you can pay the fees from here also, here even. This is how the finance part has to be maintained. Now we're moving up to see the category present in the finance section. In category, you need to create different categories at some point of time. So you need to just click upon create finance category here and mention it whether it comes under an income or an expense. If it's an expense, you need not to click upon this. If it's an income, you can do this. So having created this finance category, you need to go upon transactions part. In transactions, your all the expenses and all the incomes can be seen up. So in add expenses, you can create an expense here and mention the category that you have created sometime before, whether it comes to inventory or expense or agent commissions and all. So the similar way, the incomes can also be dealt up with. Then comes the report. So if you want to show the transactions of a particular date from particular start date from to a end date, then you can click upon the display report and you will be getting the transaction view of the day that you have entered. Again, if you want to compare the transactions of two different periods, then you can do so by clicking upon this particular link and typing the dates of two different periods, and at the time you would be able to have a graphical as well as an the statistical data of the two transactions done. So this is how the financial transactions has to be dealt up with. Then comes the donations. So using the donations link, you can create a track record of all the donations done till date. You can type the name, you can type the amount of donation and the name of the person who have donated that particular amount. Then comes the automated transactions part. Let us say that in an automated transactions part you have a some legal authorities inside your inside the place that you live in, that some part of tax or some part of the money, every transaction has to be monitored to through some cess or something like that. So you can click upon automatic transaction and type the transactions part that you want to have an auto transaction with. So as per this mentioned scenario, for every donation 5% would be deducted, and for every applicant registration 5% would be deducted. Then comes the payslip. You can always have a click upon all the payslips that has to be seen up. So you can view the payslip of all the employees by selecting the month. Even we have option called one click approve payslip. So whenever there is a payslip generated, you can just click upon one click payslip approve, and using this you will be able to generate the payslip of all the employees that has been in the particular department. Then comes the asset liability management. So all your assets and liabilities can be managed under this head using this link of finance. All the assets and all the liabilities can be created, and you can have a look upon all the, as we have mentioned here, asset is this much, so we can make a click upon this and see the details of the assets that are there. Next comes the human resource plugin. Eh, like the other modules, this module also has to start out with the settings part. So to start out with the settings part, you need to click upon add employee category, add employee position and all. So for every category that you have been creating here, so like every category that you have been creating here, you need to make some add some positions, you need to add some categories for every particular. Yeah. So to add a category, you need to click upon the category name, the prefix, and whether the status, whether it's an active or inactive. Then again, for the add employee position, you can click upon the particular position and the category there. So the category that you have created will be coming up in the drop down list that you have been seeing up here. So this way the rest of the settings are to be done. Then comes the employee management. In employee management, you have two options like employee subject association and employee admission. The employee subject association is the one that we have done, where we are mapping the different batches to the different batches to the different subjects. And in employee admission, all the employees are all the employees who are admitted has to be, it has to be need to be going using this. Then comes the employee leave management. Whenever the employee has to go upon the leave, he has to enter and he has to apply for a leave and all. And so for those things you need to make some kind of settings before that. So you need to add some leave tabs for that. So you need to click upon add leave types. The leave name, the leave code, and the maximum leave count is to be entered. The casual leave and earned leave have to be entered, along with the maximum number of counts. Then comes the attendance register, where you can mark the absentees or the absent or present to some particular employees. Then comes a attendance. Then to mark absent for a particular employee, you can go to the particular department here and mark him as absent. Then comes the attendance report. So you need to click upon attendance report to see the report of all the students, all the employees here. So on seeing the reports, you can clicking in the department, you will be able to see the reports of all the employees. This is how the employee leave management is to be dealt with. Then comes the create payslip part. So in create payslip, you need to create payslips for monthly payslips for the employees of your departments. So to do so, you need to click upon the create payslip first of all, and then the select employee has to be clicked up. And then the department to which the payslip has to be created. On clicking upon this, you can make different payslip for all the employees here. One-click payslip generator is a place where you can generate the payslips of all the employees at a go. And moreover, if you want to revert the whole thing, then you can use the one-click payslip revert too. Then comes the employee search. Supposingly if you want to search some employee, then you can click upon the employee search here, and then you can type the name of the employee, and here would be the whole profile of the employee that you have created. This is how the HR part of is dealt up with. Now we have a couple of more things like the student attendance. So to mark student attendance, you need to go to student attendance register and click the name of the batch here and mark a particular student as absent or absent. So please note that all students that are marked here means that the student has been absent. So in Fedina we only mark the absent of the students and we do not mark the presence of the student. Then we have the attendance report. To click upon the attendance report, you need to select a mode, and now you will be able to see the percentage of all the students who have scored, who have the attendance of the particular batch. Then we have a couple of things called the calendar, where in calendar you can see all the events that are being done. Then comes the event creation. Supposedly, if you want to create an event for your institution, then you can type the title of the event here, describe something about it, and create an event. So now the title and description can be blank, so you need to fill up something else, something with that. And normal, if you need to first, you need to clarify indeed whether it's a holiday or not, or whether the event is common to all or not. Again, the last part of the application is to add different news. As a part of the admin, you can create news, and to create news, you need to just click upon the title here, type the name of the content, and publish the news, and all the other people who would be able to comment it. So whenever the enable news comment moderation has been switched on, all the comments are to be approved by the admin, and then only it would be available for the general public. So this was all about the core modules in a nutshell. Now we can deal up with the queries.